Curry, and I'm back with a long overdue video. I know the last time you guys saw me, I was coming up on the year anniversary for my hot top locks. Since then, the pandemic has hit, and I decided to start over and get a full head. So I'm gonna give you all my first 360. Locaversary. So today is wash day. It's been an entire 4 weeks since I washed and retwist my hair. This will be my second time around doing the wash and retwist, and alongside that I'll be using the 2-string twist method. Show you something that's simple and easy to do yourself. To complete this look today, I'll be using 5 simple things I'm sure you already have around the house. It's inexpensive. Whatever shampoo you want to use. As you can see, mine is almost gone. So I'll be washing my hair first. Once it's wet, I'll be doing a water retwist. I'll be using a little bit of this end of this comb to do some of my parts, make sure they're refined. I love a neat look. And then I got some rubber bands to fill up those ends after I do a 2-strand twist. And then a towel, and then possibly some clamps if you might need them. You might need some clamps depending on how long your hair is. So this is me after the wash. Wanted to come back and show you all another 360 and also give you all some background as well. This is an entire new set of locks. I started out combing out my high top locks. I was thinking about starting over due to the part patterns and the different sizes and just the inconsistency across the board. I decided to grow my size out as well to have a full head of locks. I encourage those who are thinking about starting the lock journey to research the different part patterns and different sizes you may like. It will matter in the long run. I have opted in for the bricklayer parts, and these are medium. They're considered small, medium in size. Since you all last saw me, I was living my life with my fiance. We are now married. During the pandemic, we have welcomed a baby girl. October 2020, our princess Nova. I started my lock journey October the 14th, 2020, right before she was born. I did go to a loctician this time. Shout out to Brittany at Studio 23. She also welcomed the baby girl last month. So this time around, I'm giving her a break. But she has been maintaining my locks. She started my locks. This is my second time around doing it. I wanted to come in on camera, show you all how it's done. Some I thought I couldn't do, but I can. And I wanted to motivate you all to do it as well. So let's get into it. So I did forget to mention you will need a portable mirror and then also an oversized scrunchie if your hair is around my length. If not, you'll just use some clamps. My sides, I would say the length of my sides is around 4 to 5 inches. And then the length at the top of my head is somewhere around 5 to 6 inches. So what I'm doing now is just taking the scrunchie, wrapping around my head as if I'm putting it in a ponytail. So I always start at the bottom of my head. I'm going to go ahead and section out those bottom locks. So now I'm just looking to see if there's any corrections that need to be made to my part. I do see corrections that needs to be made. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take the end of this comb. I think it's great for beginner parters. It has helped me to go ahead and refine my parts to the best of my abilities. You just take the end of the comb, draw it through that part that you're trying to refine, and then separate those loose hairs. As you can see, I have created a nice refined part.
locks that's on the end I'm gonna start with, making sure they're looking pretty good as far as the part wise. My hair is still damp at this point, so I'm able to just go ahead and do a retwist right after the parts are looking good. So I do start at the root of the lock, and I do use my fingers to do a retwist, and I just twirl them around until the lock is looking pretty good. Once I got the first lock retwisted, I free up my other hand and twist that lock as well with my other hand. Once both locks are looking pretty good, I do double check. I'm gonna go ahead and two string the two locks together. When I first started this journey, it took me about 6 hours to do my whole head, because I did not know that it actually matters which way you two string your hair when you have locks. When you two string it the wrong way, the two string does come loose even when you have the rubber band on the end, so it does matter. So just pay attention to which way you have to two string your lock. I do double check to make sure it's looking like an actual two string, and then I also do an unravel test to see if it comes unraveled. This lock is looking like a two string, and it did not unravel, so it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and seal up the ends with the rubber band. So I wrap the rubber band around my end. Once I'm done wrapping it as many times as I possibly can, I go ahead and curl that bottom piece so I won't have any loose hairs and to have a more neat look towards the end. I have did my first two string. After completing this, I did feel my hair kind of getting dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a spray bottle. Alright y'all, so the phone, aka the camera, went dead as I was trying to show y'all the completion of the bottom roll. I had to steal a lock from the second roll to make a total of 3 two-strand twists. At the bottom roll, you always want to count your locks during this process to plan out your next steps. My bottom roll has a total of 5 locks, and the second roll has 9 locks. So I was able to make 4 two-strand twists on the second roll. What I'm doing now is showing you all the entire process of the second roll. So what I'm doing now is just taking the end of that comb and refining that part, just as I did the first roll. So I grab my spray bottle, make sure my hair is moisturized, and then I go in with the retwist and two string process. So looking at this two string, I noticed I two stringed it the wrong way. As you can see, it's unraveled and it actually didn't even look like a two string. So I had to go ahead and just redo that one over and two strand it the opposite way. So this two string actually looks good, as you all can see. I'm gonna go ahead and seal up that end and continue the process. The process does become easier as you continue this journey and continue practicing and staying consistent. I actually am jamming through this second roll. I inserted some of those instrumentals from the songs I was listening to as I was retwisting my hair. As you can see, I am down to the last 2 locks on the second roll. I am making great progress, and I'm sure you are as well. So this is the completed first and second roll. I'm gonna go ahead and take down the locks from my third roll and get started with the retwist and 2-strand process. The first thing I did was count how many locks were on the third roll. It ended up being a total of 18. So I made a total of 9 2-string twists on the third roll. So of course I want to grab my parting comb and go in and start parting.
Damn, this shit exclusive.
It's me doing my happy dance. I just finished my 4th roll, so you know I was happy. So this is the 5th roll completed. This is actually my last roll that wrap around the sides of my head. I'm actually at the top of my head now. The 6th roll of locks starts at the top of my head. We'll go ahead and do 2 rolls at the top of my head. As you all can see, those are the first 2 rolls that begin the top section of my head. I'm gonna start the part down the middle process. So the top of the head is a little different from the sides and the back. I want to separate all the locks so I can create that part down the middle look. Of course, it's not gonna be a straight part down the middle, as I do have the bricklayer parts, but I want to get an even amount of locks on each side of my head. So during the counting process, I did discover I do have an even set of locks. I have a total of 148 locks. So at the end of this process, I was able to make 74 2-string twists out of my locks. So I want to rubber band one side, and then I completed the side that was left down, and I'm going to show you the process of how I started the other side. So I started taking or separating some hairs that I was going to use for the middle part section, clamp those together, so I knew to wait to the very end to use those particular locks. So this is the section I'm gonna save for the end. Right now I'm on the last lock. One of those locks I saved for the very end. Right now I'm just doing a little refining of the part, making sure it's as crisp as I can possibly get it, because this is the front of the head. Grabbing my spray bottle, of course, making sure it's moisturized. Then I go in and do that finger retwist. Twist all the way to the very end, starting at the root, grabbing every bit of loose hairs, starting at the base of the lock, twisting all the way to the very end. So this is the end of the video. I do appreciate you all. If you have made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. So I wanted to show you all the ending results. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Comment if you have any suggestions or questions. I will be doing a video next week showing y'all how the style is holding up.